Learn the secrets of being charming from Robert Greene's The Art of Seduction. This book reveals interesting stories of charming people and offers useful ways to win people over. Our series of 35 video episodes explores these ideas. In episode 8, we look into the core of charisma and its appeal, guided by Greene's deep wisdom. Through captivating narratives and profound analysis, we uncover the core qualities that define this enigmatic force and examine the potential pitfalls that accompany its mastery. Join us on this journey as we unravel the mysteries of charm and influence. 1. What it is. Charisma is described as an amazing quality that excites and captivates people. It shines from an inner source, an intoxicating blend of burning self-confidence, simmering sexual energy that seems barely contained, an unbreakable sense of purpose, and a profound aura of inner peace that most people sadly lack. Charismatic people possess an intensity that permeates their every gesture and expression, while paradoxically projecting an air of detached mystery. This tantalizing combination creates an illusion of there being extraordinary, superior beings with secrets lurking beneath the surface. Modern-day gods and prophets cloaked in an aura that compels rapt fascination. 2. Dangers and exceptions. While charisma can inspire intense adoration and fanatic devotion in followers, Greene warns that it is also an inherently unstable force. The very masses enraptured today can rapidly experience erotic fatigue, that molten lava of idolatry abruptly hardening into bitter resentment and scorn at the slightest perception of weakness from their formerly worshipped icon. Charismatic people perpetually risk catastrophic backlashes from the fickle tides of public sentiment turning with hurricane force. To reduce this ever-present danger, Greene suggests two potential paths: consciously mastering and modulating one's charismatic intensity to prevent fatigue through calculated periods of restraint and dimming the lights, or fully embracing the ruthless role of an armed prophet, willing to crush any hints of rebellion or dissent through sheer merciless force. 3. Understandable scenarios. Enter the place of the sure dreamer, where power and force rule high. Study the masters, looking at each small move and voice change, for their dream speeches will teach you to attract people. Grow a faith that can't be moved, a zeal that shines through your whole being, your eyes bright with deep feeling. Weave clear tales and word pictures, painting a future so lovely, so carefully made with bright descriptors, that none can withstand its call. Number. Predict with exact numbers, and give deep technical and smart details. Let your vision appear an intricate art piece, rigorously thought out down to the smallest thread. When questioned, stay a place of calm, sure in your confidence, not shifting or moving your steady gaze. Decrease your blink rate a bit, showing intense laser-like focus. Tilt your head a tiny bit, lean in a fraction, displaying engaged listening with each tiny move. Punctuate key points with firm, decisive hand chops or clenched fists. For critical details, slow your speech by 20%, drawing them in with hushed, barely above a whisper tones. And always, let the corners of your mouth curl upwards ever so slightly into an assured, knowing smirk. Behold the free truth-teller, unbound by society's holds. Extremely honest, they lay bare their deepest flaws and darkest urges without pause, furrowing their brow as if reliving past pains. Controversial thoughts flow freely, unhindered by self-editing, as they raise a questioning eyebrow. Their language is rough, textured with curses, real, unapologetically unfiltered, tongue occasionally gliding across lower lip. Emotional shifts are embraced, their full kaleidoscopic range on display as tears will then go away. Physically uninhibited, their big gestures slice through air and expressions crinkle facial features as they take up maximum space. If fitting, suggestive jokes and comments dripping with hidden meaning showcase their unrepressed animal nature. Candid admissions are punctuated with raised brows lifting their whole forehead for emphasis. Diagonal postures, their whole torso angled away, exude defiance. Vulnerabilities are voiced with quivering emotion, vocal cords straining. Inappropriate comments are met with prolonged, unbroken eye contact. Transitions are punctuated by swinging limbs with excess movement, nearly uncontrolled, exuding carelessness. A messy, unkempt mane completes the aura of nonchalance. The emotional artist takes the stage, framing actions with ancient rituals full of symbolic chanting and ceremonies that tap into primal mythos. Ornate costumes dripping with symbolic looks, stagecraft with dramatic lighting and classic props, and stylized dramatic symbols elevate their presentations to theatrical heights. Their speaking style is grand, overly dramatic, passionate, evoking the deepest emotional depths, placing a trembling hand on their heart. Winding emotional stories tugging on heartstrings stir visceral sadness, unshakable anxiety, soaring inspiration with every vividly descriptive word, as the artist clenches a tearful fist. Grand, sweeping gestures and self-sacrificing statements laced with martyr complexes are their calling cards. Philosophies and texts, brimming with emotional meaning and stirring allegories, are seamlessly woven in. Their vocal range is a boundless canvas, deafening loud crescendos crashing into barely audible hushed whispers within a single cadenced thought, stretching and straining their vocal cords to limits. Noble intentions punctuated with pronounced hand-over-heart gestures, gripping the fabric. Metaphorically rich phrasings like lighting a fire in the soul ignite the imagination. Sharp nasal inhalations cue dramatic opening and closing pauses as their chest swells. Cadence and pace are ever shifting, ranging from frenetic, machine gun rapidity to languid, drawn-out, soulful drawls. Their body angles heroically, one arm pressed against the torso, the other fist clenched in a classic inspiring stance. Witness the righteous rebel, brow perspiring as they channel righteous anger through raspy, fiery tones and intensely furrowed, strained facial expressions. Blunt, profanity-laced, uncompromising language defiantly bellows in opposition to injustice. Public acts of fiery rebellion directly violating unfair rules and norms are their chaotic battleground, defying authority figures. They connect to the deepest resentments with stirring allegories, validating the fears of the oppressed with slowly shaking heads. Extreme, uncompromising solutions unrestrained by pragmatism are fervently advocated for moral clarity over practicality. They are willing to be seen as rude, unhinged, aggressive, ranting, all for the righteous cause, saliva flecking their lips. Their voice resonates powerfully from their diaphragm with chest swelling, pressured from the gut. Volume varies wildly, from harsh whispered hushes to forceful, vein-bulging, face-reddening shouts within a single strained sentence. Confrontational steps encroaching towards the audience punctuate aggressive, jabbing finger gestures. Eyes squint to furious slits, brows furrow ominously low, exuding tenacious intensity. Scathing blunt language like, "This mess has to fucking stop," or "They're cheating every one of us," peppers their rageful diatribes. Hair is deliberately disheveled and clothing askew, adjusted haphazardly to appear messy, wrinkled, and defiant. Finally, the calm leader, an oasis of stoic composure amidst the storm. Their speech is paced slowly and enunciated calmly, with clearly articulated consonants, the steady tone indicating unshakable, grounded resolve. Perfectly timed strategic pregnant pauses and laser-focused, piercing direct eye contact convey profound gravity. Pragmatic, systematic solutions laid out with organized bullet points illustrate their steady poise. Posture is controlled without fidgeting, movements minimal, conserving energy. In pivotal moments, subtle emotional pull through furrowed brows or sharpened vocal intensity is judiciously sprinkled in for emphasis. Decisive statements backed by concrete examples illustrate their unflinching ability to take action. Fingers are steepled in front of their body, united in thoughtful composure. Gentle confidence radiates through palms barely raising in soft open gestures. fingers loosely united. After each question, a calculated one. 2-second pause closes their eyes briefly to collect their lucid response. Facial muscles remain neutral, eyes wide, and avoiding excessive blinks or movement that could be misread as deception or discomfort. Sitting up rigidly straight, with shoulders pulled back in perfect upright posture, they exude palpable self-assurance. When making serious points, their brows gradually lower midway into a subtle, concerned frown of determination. By understanding these varied roots from which charisma grows, one can potentially consciously tap into and masterfully wield this enthralling, intoxicating force, while remaining endlessly vigilant against its inherent perils of backlash and combustion. Now, something important. Make it a daily habit to learn something truly beneficial that enhances your life. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain. Be deliberate in your choices. Otherwise, be wary. Algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts. Reflect on that. Now, we're excited to announce that we're now welcoming contributions through subscriptions to aid our upcoming projects and bring you exceptional content. Join us by subscribing today